Sorry, do you mind if I leave this on? The music, guys. I just don't like silence. I mean, silence is fine in certain situations. It's just conversationally I find it kind of deadens things, you know? Whereas music just kind of oils the conversation. And we don't really know each other, you know? But, you know, obviously you're invited here to my home. I'm very welcome, of course. Just need to top up.
Got a bit of the throat place.
I just need to drink coffee to stay awake. Wasn't able to get to sleep last night. But yeah, thanks for coming anyway. And you know, work away, drink your drinks, get comfortable. So thanks for coming, and I don't want to unduly worry anyone. I really don't, you know, but I just have a little bit of concern about the area, and I wouldn't ask you here if I wasn't concerned. I really wouldn't now. But it's about the wildlife, you know. Considering the size of Dublin City, it's actually mad how much wildlife still lives within its environment, you know? Like otters and seals and rivers and bats that you wouldn't even notice flying overhead, and the foxes that come into the city and scavenge through bins, making the balls out of your waste and your recycling. That being said, you know, I don't really notice a lot of it living around here. Urban wildlife, that is. You know, you can go for a walk without coming across a pack of foxes. I suppose what I'm saying is that what I love about this place is how safe it is. But I have a bit of a feeling, a suspicion, that it might be under threat. And I'll just be 1 second. Nothing to worry about, don't worry at all. Just talk amongst yourselves. Don't worry, no, that wasn't who I thought it was. Don't worry, the alarm is set anyway, so any intruders come in, we're going to hear them. Not that there's going to be any intruders or anything. I don't want to worry you. I hope I'm not worrying you. Am I? I don't mean to. Look, it's probably nothing. Okay? I just like to take precautions when I'm taking risks. I love danger. I do. But in its own place. Not this place. Our place. Yeah, so Dublin city centre, it's getting a lot fuller. You know, people who maybe can't live to afford to live there are kind of been pushed out further, and really in 3 or 4 or 5 years time it's going to be hard to tell what kind of state Dublin city centre is going to be in when it's just been refashioned for tourists and business people. All the danger is going to get pushed further afield. And I'm not just talking about the crime, I'm talking about the wildlife too. And we mightn't be as safe. See, I used to teach for years, actually. You know, a very normal job, normal hours, working in the same place, teaching the same curriculum, same sums, same equations with the same solutions, same holidays too. Actually, I used to love the holidays. Still missed them.
Still getting them.
But you know, after a full year of like the same sums and the same 4 walls and the same inane chatter, you know, like, oh, that's an hilarious mug, that is. You don't have to be mad to work here, but it helps. You mad bastard. You know? So I travel a lot, and I do a lot of travelling on my own. And I find that I like to go to a lot of places that are maybe a little bit dangerous, I suppose you could say. Maybe it's just a reaction to my job, you know. Everything during the year is very safe.
Iraq?
Very secure. Not yet. give me time. It's very safe and very secure, whereas, you know, yeah, that was just the kind of thing that I went for, you know what I mean? Whereas I just think that when it came to the holidays, that I just go to places where I could embrace the risk, if you know what I mean. Did anyone hear that? Maybe it's just me, it could have been just me. Or maybe it's the dog. Because sometimes dogs sound like... Anyway, so I took a career break and I went to Vietnam for about 6 months. Did a little bit of teaching over there. Lots of people, lots of bustle, lots of things kind of coming at you. Then I went to India too. It's been on the streets, been dragged and pulled. It was relentless, you know, trying to find ways to take your money. One time I was chased down this side street. I was running down and straight in front of me was this cow. This cow just staring at me. Really peaceful. We kind of had like a little bit of a moment. Me and this cow just staring at each other. And all the sound of the street just kind of faded into the background. We're looking at each other, me and this animal. Cows are a sacred animal in India, which effectively means that the locals just leave them alone. I kind of wish I was like that cow when I was there. You know, this very respectful and gentle treatment of an animal. Just allowed to go about its own business. That's special. That being said, not soon after, I saw a dog eat another dog's shit. So, swings and roundabouts. So, on the way back from Vietnam, I decided I wanted something just a little bit more solitary. So I did the Trans-Siberian Railway. Trans-Siberian is the longest railway in the world. It traverses Russia, connecting into China, Mongolia, North Korea. A lot of places that you might not normally think about going. But I did. For the crack. For 2 months. Wild countries. Mongolia. Like, I wasn't a big fan of the cities, to be honest. Ulaanbaatar, the capital, it's a bit of a shithole in fairness. But I loved hanging out in the farming communities. The country. Been in the wilderness in a tent, alone. And so it went. Siberia was the most danger when I took myself off the relatively safe confines of the Trans-Siberian. I was in this run-down little hostel in this remote town where snow had laid siege to the thoroughfares and the roads. And I was chatting on Facebook to a mate, having a couple of beers, you know, feeling pretty happy about myself. And my mate said, hey, you know what? Maybe go out and get some more beers, we'll just keep chatting for the night. So I ran out of beers and I said, yeah, you know what? Sounds like a good idea. So I throw my jacket on. Not bothering me. Head straight for the door, walk out into the snow. And I'm walking. Where am I going? I don't know. I'm drunk. Then all of a sudden this car pulls up next to me. This fella, relatively safe looking individual, peers out and he says, do you want a lift? Broken English, but you know, decent. I'm thinking, someone who speaks English in a remote part of Siberia can't be all that bad, right? So I get into the car. Going in, where am I going? Oh, I'm just going for a couple of beers, mate. Yeah, you know. So we're just kind of like making small talk, but I realise at this stage that I am absolutely steaming, and I've got that stupid, brave fearlessness about me. I've hopped into a car with a stranger who I don't even know. I'm steaming drunk, and I don't know where I am. Then he drops me off at this shitty little shop. I go in, I pick up beers, and I don't even twig that he doesn't buy anything. He just sits outside in the car waiting for me. So I get back in, and he starts driving again, and I realise that he is angry. I mean, like, really angry. I hate fucking Americans. Alright, okay, he's pretty angry, and he does not like Americans. All these American fucking scum coming to my country. I'm like, yeah, well, actually, big ob, you know, actually I'm an Irishman myself. That's what I am. Fucking American scum invade everyone else's country, come into their territory. Well, yeah, Jesus, yeah, I suppose there is an unhealthy streak of imperialism in the American psyche, I suppose. I want to kill every fucking American I meet, stab their eyes with a screwdriver, rip their throats out, stamp their fucking heads in. And he's slamming his fists onto the steering wheel, raging. He's not even keeping a steady eye on the snowy road. I think he might be drunk, but really, I'm not too sure. These fucking Americans! I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. So I just need to rally. Yeah, you know, fucking Americans, man. You should see what they're like in my country. Oh, they're always around here, blocking the paths. No sense of personal space. Always exclaiming loudly about these boring, stony buildings. I'm going to kill every fucking American I meet. Yeah, you know what? There should be a separate walking lane for people with Carol's gift bags. That's what I think. I want to wipe every fucking American off the planet. Yeah, you know what? What's the crack, man, with the Guinness storehouse? You see the way they go in there and they always leave pints behind them. And they're not even drinking full pints. It's just like baby pints. It's such a fucking waste. Now, look, don't get me wrong. I have no problem with Americans. I like a lot of Americans. But also, I don't want to die. So, I feel like I need to appease this fella. Try and talk to him on his level. Yeah, man, do you know what I'd love to do with the fucking Yanks? I'd love to beat them to death with a shillelagh, which is my national stick. The national stick of Ireland, made from solid Irish blackthorn. Begob, begorra. Yeah? You sound like a fucking Yankee. And right at that moment, I think he's going to reach across and rip my throat out as he drives. When all of a sudden, he just turns this corner and pulls right up to the hostel I'm staying in. And I'm out. Okay, nice one. Cheers, man. Thanks for the little lift. Okay, no problem. Enjoy the beers. And he's off. I started smoking in the hostel, which I wasn't supposed to do. But I was just so frazzled, you know, I didn't really care about it. I just paid the fine. I survived. See, you have to be able to communicate with danger on its level. You get into a situation like that, you've got to assess the risk as soon as possible and deal with it on its wavelengths before you get into any more harm. You've got to try to be not too foreign about it, I suppose you could say, but with a respectful distance. So a couple of months ago I started a new job, and I had a choice between a job that was kind of like my old teaching job or a new job which was a little bit more risky, maybe left of centre, maybe a little bit more dangerous. And that's what I wanted. I wanted a challenge. And I've noticed now that the holidays I like to go on now are very different from the holidays that I used to go on when I was teaching. They were like beaches, you know, nice, sunny, relaxing places, just safe. It's funny that. Well, maybe the itch has just been scratched in a different way. Anyway, sorry, I'm meandering here a bit. The reason I asked you all to come here. So, I saw a bear. Twice, actually. I'm full sure of it. Here.
A bear?
In Carpenterstown. A bear. The first time was last night. I had a pretty hard day at work. I was out walking the dog and I saw it. In the park. It was standing by a tree, this big brown bear. And I stopped as soon as I saw it. And it looked at me. I thought it was going to move towards me, but it didn't. It just kind of growled, and then it just ambled off into some bushes. And I thought to myself, you know, yeah, you've been under a lot of pressure with the new job, work's been pretty intense, you're very tired. Maybe you're just hallucinating bears. And I know what you're thinking, right? Bears in Ireland, okay? But they used to live here, right? Not just the Care Bears. But before the Ice Age, there used to be the Irish brown bear. I really think that I should have probably put that in the coin instead of the elk. You know, I'm talking about the old currency now, the punt. Because, you know, if you're looking at the elk, you never got a proportionate sense of how big it actually was, you know? It just looked like a regular deer. Whereas if you go to the Natural History Museum and you see the fucking size of the elk skeleton, that really put into perspective how big it was. So they probably should have done that with the Irish brown bear. But I'm thinking maybe a couple of the Irish brown bears survived. You know, like the way they think that the Loch Ness Monster is just a plesiosaur that survived the Ice Age. Maybe. It's plausible, right? Also, you know the way people talk about big cats roaming around, like these panthers and cougars on the loose in the countryside. So, a couple of years ago I went to Alaska, travelled there for a couple of months on my own. I'm just kind of drawn to places that are a little bit off the beaten track. My favourite film is Into the Wild. That one on the poster there. It's based on a book which is based on a true story about this fella called Christopher McCandless. He went trekking into Alaska in the depths of winter. He eventually ended up starving to death and dying alone on this abandoned school bus on the trail. I wasn't trying to do that at all, but I was drawn to the environment of the place, you know? Harsh and beautiful, all at once. It's that balance.
Like herself.
So one day I was walking along on the trail, trekking for quite a while now. And at one point, right in front of me, this grizzly bear appeared on the path. And he stopped, and he stood up on his feet. And I stopped. Now, there was a comfortable enough distance between me and the bear to not feel any kind of immediate danger. And I looked at him. And I think we kind of shared a moment. I waved at the bear. And then, I'm full sure the bear nodded at me. Like this. But I knew he couldn't have. But anyway, the bear went about his business, and I went about mine. I was still in town about a week later when I heard that another fella got killed in that exact same park. He'd gone up to a bear to try and get a photograph. 14 photos of this particular bear. How many photos of a bear do you need, like? They found his camera, a pair of jeans, a pair of shoes. The rest of him was eaten. Like, that bear was probably just trying to protect its cubs. I was thinking, was that the bear that nodded at me? And I think being killed by a bear would be the worst way to go. Absolutely horrible way to die. I mean, the size and the weight of it, and then it pins you down, and it paws you, and it claws you, and mauls you all over the place. Then it takes a chunk out of you here, and a chunk out of you there. Then it just leaves for a while. Then it potters back a couple of hours later, takes a bite out of your ear. People say, oh, you know, it'd be worse to be killed by a shark or a crocodile. But no. Between the ferocity and the water and the panic, it'd be over in a couple of minutes. A bear would be all of that, but spread over a couple of hours. And I felt kind of bad, you know, because if I had met that fella walking along the trail or in a bar in the town, I could have given him a little bit of advice on how best to approach a bear, like I did. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, so this morning I was up on my balcony having a sneaky little smoke, and I was thinking about what I thought I saw last night. Then I heard a noise, and I looked down, and there he is again, the bear. So I look down, and he stops his ambling when he hears me moving, and he looks up, and I look at him, stubbing out my fag as I do so. Our eyes are locked, and I give him a nod, just like that bear in Alaska did to me. I don't know why. Maybe he was just trying to meet him on his own level, just so this bear would know that, okay, I respect you, and I do not see you as a threat. He didn't nod back, which was a bit disappointing. But he did move off to where, I don't know. So I know what you're thinking now. You know, why did I invite y'all here when there is a bear, or potentially bears roaming around in Carpenterstown? But I'm telling you, lads, it's strength in numbers, all right? And I think it'll help if I can just give you a little bit of advice so you know how to deal with the danger if you come across it. All right, first things first. Noise, yeah? Like the music there? Bears hate noise. They're going to avoid an area if they hear any amount of noise, okay? So that's a starter. Bears have a tendency to avoid areas that are quite noisy, which I guess explains why a bear would show up in Carpenterstown, because it's just so quiet here. It's perfect for bears. Bears like avoiding human contact, so that's why it's good to be in groups, you know? They like their personal space. Like me. Like you. So if you do happen to meet a bear, and it could happen, out in a park, or a petrol station, yeah, outside here when you leave, right? If that bear moves towards you or growls at you, just take it as a defensive warning, okay? The bear is telling you that you're getting a little bit too close. So that is your cue to back off, okay? The calmer you are, the less chance you're going to have of being attacked by a bear. Try and adopt a defensive position, like so. Don't run. Whatever you do, do not run. That is what their prey does. Their prey runs. Don't be like their prey. Try and talk to the bear in a nice, appeasing voice. Hey there, Mr. Bear. I realise that I've just walked into your territory by accident. I mean no harm. I'm going to back away now. You have a nice day. It'd actually really help if anybody had some bear spray. I don't know if you do. Whatever, don't worry about it, okay? Just once you deal with the bear on its own level, you'll be fine. And that's how you gotta approach danger, on a wavelength that it's comfortable with. So, thanks for coming here anyway. I'm just glad that I was able to give you a little bit of guidance about the bear. I'm quite good at guidance. It's what I do. And it's really nice that we've had this opportunity to get to know each other, you know? And don't worry.
I barely know you.
Oh. It's the bare necessities of friendship. But I don't want you to be worried because I've called the relevant authorities. They know what the situation is. It should be fine, okay? I don't want to bear on the loose around here. I don't think anybody does. I really love this area. That's why I live here, you know? It's got that nice balance between city and country, noise and quiet. It's removed enough to be kind of far away from it all, but not so far removed that you feel remote, you know? Like, I love the drive out here, you know, driving through strawberry beds. It's gorgeous. And the fact that, like, on my commute, I get to drive through the Phoenix Park morning and evening and see deer in the wild. It's lovely. I could probably do with a few more old people living in the area, to be honest. I think there's something about old people that really help create a sense of community. And less kids, too. You know, the ones next door are absolute wreck-the-heads. I'm just allergic to kids. But other than that, I think it's fine. I love it here. And you know what, people talk about comfort zones, and I was talking about comfort zones in a really negative way, you know? And I get that, you know? The negative type of comfort zone, I don't like that either. That's why I like a little bit of a challenge, either in my work or when I'm traveling. But the good kind of comfort zones, they're the ones people don't talk about. The ones where you just come back to your home, and it's nice and quiet, and you can kick your feet up, and you can forget about all the things that you want to forget about. That's what I meant. And that's why I don't want any bears coming around ruining that. Because if the city and the country converges on this place, then I don't know. I think I might just need to move somewhere further afield to get a little bit quiet. Scaries is nice. I can do scaries.
You're a bird.
I wonder how bears would get on in scaries.
You have to give your passport at the bridge.
Woo!
Thank you.
Thank you.